We're going to start our session today. So be comfortable yourself and relax your body. Gently close your eyes and focus your mind to this bell sound and follow the sound, please. And while you're focusing to the sound, mentally relax your body, relax your mind, relax your thoughts, and relax your breathing. Let everything to settle down as it is. Just focus to this sound. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. So, dear Dhamma practitioners, today in this session, we're going to practice Samatha mental culture and Vipassana mental culture. So, even though we use this word meditation for our practice point of view, when it comes to the Buddhist meditation, and sometimes that people, even the scholars, even there are some monks, they don't like to tell this is Buddhist meditation, it is meditation. Actually, Buddha introduced a completely different method of cultivation of the mind. And that is what we mention as Buddhist meditation. So that identity is important because nowadays in the world, everywhere that you see this meditation word is very famous. So in the Western world, even in the East, from the beginning, that people used to look for happiness and satisfaction through their mental exercise. So, but the Buddha's teachings regarding meditation is completely different. Cultivation the mind and finding the happiness and satisfaction, two different things. So especially when it comes to conventional life, as ordinary people, we everyone like to be comfortable and relax and have the more peaceful, happy moment. But that doesn't mean when it comes to Buddha's teaching, that should be our main purpose, because that never going to end the suffering. So then our purpose should be gain the wisdom, understanding, recognize the ultimate truth. With that intention, the Buddha's teaching mainly focused to the Vipassana meditation. So then, when it comes to Vipassana meditation, you have to really clearly understand what is the difference in between Samatha and Vipassana. So the Samatha meditation, it mainly helps us to tranquilize our mind. calm our mind and relax our mind, tame our mind, and keep our mind in one point. So that is necessary, because that make our mind usable to see the truth. Because if you have very busy mind, with that busy mind, you're going to get disturbed. With that disturb, you cannot recognize very clearly your perception. So if you cannot recognize the perception, you cannot understand what it is. So in the very first level, what we have to do, we have to calm down our mind and keep our mind in one place. So how you can do this? So when it comes to the nature of the mind, the very first thing that you have to understand, mind is same like water. Mind is like the wind. Mind is energy. So the very nature of the energy always flow. So it's flow according to the necessary environment and the conditions and the situations. So then when we say, oh, my mind is busy, oh, my mind is not happy, so my mind is so stressful. So that means you cannot condition the mind like that. Why it happened that way? Because naturally the mind is not busy. The way that mind behave, whatever the necessary situation or the environment available, then the mind go with it. So then you used to make your mind busy by thinking. It may happen from the sansaric journey, because we addicted to think. That is the main thing. We are addicted to thinking. Without thinking, sometimes even we have no idea how to live. From the childhood to this moment, from the culture, society, and schooling, education, environment, this everything push us to think. And because of that, now even we try to slow down thinking, we cannot get out of that. So that is what happened. Otherwise, that don't come to a point to think, oh, my mind is busy. It's not like that. Because you make it like that way, that's why you see it like that. So that's why through meditation, you can change it. Change it to what? Change it to its own nature. So let your thoughts to be with your mind, because thoughts belong to the mind. So same like the newly born child, when that child come to a mother's hands, how that child feels so safety, comfortable, relaxed. So that is an old example. Nowadays, maybe the children more than the parents, and they become more like they become more comfortable with the phones and the iPads, or like that cartoons, or like that thing. But the newly born baby and the most feel more comfortable with the mother's hand. So the same thing when it comes to the mind, your thoughts, it is the most safest place for your thoughts is your mind. So let your thoughts to be in your mind. And how you can do it? So in the beginning, we bring a primary mental object, and slowly, little by little, you focus to your mind to that primary mental object and stay with it. Then the thoughts start to follow that pattern, and little by little, it will settle down with it. For this primary mental object, we take our own inhalation, exhalation. Why? Because your mind can understand, your body can understand only one language. That language is your breathing. So when you focus to your breathing, that's mean another way, it's mind again focused to mind. So like that, it's like the mind, look at the mind through a mirror. So your body, your mind, your breathing interconnected. These all three things work as one deeply. The one behavior effect for others. So as example, if the breathing is heavy, that means your mind is busy and the body become tired or tight. And if your body become relaxed and comfortable, that means you get a comfortable, relaxed mind, and also your breathing going to be relaxed. And when you have busy mind, what is happening? Your breathing become heavy and the body become tired. So then when you focus your mind to inhalation, exhalation, and there when the mind start to settle down with your thoughts following the sensation of inhalation, exhalation, the mind start to calm down. And as a result of that, what is happening? Your body going to calm down. And as a result of that, your breathing become more calm and relaxed and soft. So when the breathing become calm, relaxed and soft, you have to bring more attention, awareness to see the sensation of the inhalation, exhalation, because it's become more subtle. And then as a result of that, your mind become more sharp, clear and calm. And then it affect for your body and again for your breathing. So it's like a circle. So when it start to go in a positive way, that way, it also become like that. And another way, if you reverse the pattern, if you become busy with your body, then mind become busy, breathing become heavy. So like that, it can go to other side also. By practicing samatha meditation, what we does, through help with our primary mental object, we try to bring our mind, breathing, and the body with thoughts to one level. No separation. Your mind, your body, your breathing, thoughts, everything become as one. That is the nature of the tranquility state. So from there, you can develop it to different high mental powers. But generally, once you come to that, from there, we go to vipassana level of practice. So when it comes to vipassana level, vipassana means deeply, thoroughly observe. And it called panya bhavana, insight meditation. So like that, there are different ways it's explained. But somehow, when it comes to vipassana, so keep observing the inhalation, exhalation, and from there, and now your mind more tranquilized, calm, and relaxed. So with that, sometimes you may recognize your whole body as one. Or maybe you feel the sensation with inhalation, exhalation. So whatever happened, and we going to practice today vipassana with 4 elements: heat, motion, liquidity, and hardness. So, so whatever the sensation come, and recognize that sensation and see what kind of nature or the character to hold by this sensation. Maybe the heat. When a feeling arises, see that how you recognize that feeling. Because without 4 elements, there is no feelings going to happen. There should be a, it's kind of like a, for the pictures, there should be a color. So same like for your body, when it comes to feelings, that feelings recognized by your mind using these 4 elements. So always when it comes to the feelings, one element, heat or motion or liquidity or hardness, Patavi, Apo, Tejo, Vayu. One of this is strong in the beginning. So just recognize that whatever in the beginning that help for you to understand that feelings. So maybe the heat, or maybe the wind, or maybe the tightness, and maybe the kind of like a liquidity nature. So as example, you observing inhalation, exhalation, and at the same time inside your nostril, you feel kind of like watery, it's kind of like the water, or kind of like a liquidity nature, or maybe inside your throat, inside your mouth, and suddenly you feel that. So your saliva moving to keep this throat more comfortable. So that's that like that. Or maybe suddenly you feel your shoulders tight, or the posture sitting. So then the tightness you recognize. So that feeling you recognize through these four elements. So whatever first arise, just recognize it. And then once you recognize that, you don't focus to the other qualities of the feeling. And sometimes the heat arise. So another thing is, when you keep observe, suddenly moment by moment, this all the elements change. Maybe you recognize something as heat. So as example, if you tap like this, suddenly you feel the heat, but then later you feel something else. Then you feel kind of like yeah, it's moving. So like that, always these four elements moment by moment change it in a motion. So then you moment by moment you recognize that not in one place, anywhere in your body, or maybe on your head, shoulder, feet, your back, anywhere. Suddenly whatever the feelings arise, with that recognize the nature of the four elements, and see the four elements. Maybe not the four, maybe only one you can see, but it is okay. So as example, suddenly you feel your shoulders heavy, then again you feel the inhalation, exhalation, the air moving, motion. So like that, see the wherever the feelings, and with that feelings, that the four elements, don't focus to the feelings, just see the four elements and try to recognize it. So when it comes to that, don't bring your past experience, don't keep adding experience, collecting experience, and don't try to interfere with it. Just with the free mind, fresh mind, always keep watching and see the change. So with that, let's practice a little bit. Your right palm on your left, and neck head straight in one line, and be comfortable with your posture. Bring your attention to your body and scan head to toes 3 times and say Sopatveva, or may I be well and happy 3 times. Take a moment and think. We gathered here in this moment to practice this ancient meditation technique. All the Buddhas, all the enlightened masters followed this path and achieved wisdom. So we also gathered here to accumulate that knowledge in this moment with this sitting. May my body become more comfortable. May my breath be more smooth. May no difficulties come to me. May all the success come to me. Also, think for a moment. This is the last moment we're spending in this very lifetime. And detach your mind from all your past memories and as well as any kind of future thoughts. Just try to remain in the present moment, observing the sensation of your inhalation, exhalation, and then slowly start to observe the nature of the four elements. So, in the beginning, focus your mind in front of your nose and your upper lip area, and deeply and gently breathe in, breathe out 3 times, please. Keep focus your mind to the sensation of the inhalation, exhalation. Do nothing extra. In the beginning, separately recognize inhalation as inhalation, exhalation as exhalation. Follow the entire continuation of the inhalation, exhalation. And also you may recognize some inhalation, exhalation become longer, shorter, heavy, soft. Just recognize, just accept it. Be aware and see the change of the four element, heat, motion, liquidity, and hardness with your feelings or the sensation. Bring your attention to your body. Observe your posture. We cultivate loving kindness and compassion in our heart and radiate it as a light through entire your compound, village, city, state, country, world, around this universe. Also, as far as you can, through galaxies, other planets, stars, reminding yourself like this. With clear intention, mentally repeat after me. May all living beings in this universe be well and happy. May everyone be happy and safe, and may their hearts be filled with joy. May all living beings live in security and in peace. Beings who are frail or strong, tall or short, big or small, visible or not visible, near or far away, already born or yet to be born. May all of them dwell in perfect tranquility. Let no one do harm to anyone. Let no one put the life of anyone in danger. Let no one, out of anger or ill will, wish anyone any harm. Expand the loving kindness and compassion, beginning from your heart, forward. Visualize yourself and send it as a light to your backside, to your left side, and to your right side. Downward and upward. To all six directions at once, like the moon, the sun. Spread the energy, spread the light without any condition, without any limitation, without any resistance, or without any judgment. Let your heart to shine with the loving kindness and compassion from the bottom of it, with the maximum effort to the highest. Wishing yourself, may all living beings in this universe be well and happy. Say sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So, dear Dhamma practitioners, in day-to-day life, we all like to be good, and also we like to hear when others say we are good people. But at the same time, if you look very carefully, that we come to a point to refer some people as good people because of only one quality that they carry. But if you look very deeply, when it comes to a real good person, so how you can be really good person? And it is not just depending on one quality. And it is just not only for the certain environment, certain time period, certain location. In this samsaric journey, anywhere you go, how you can be really a good person? Because mostly that whatever the qualities that we see in the conventional life, in this ordinary life, that qualities come out of the comparison. We compare. And also it depending on many other situations. So as example, becoming honest. So honesty is a kind of like something good quality. Then we say, oh, he's an honest person. But when you look at that, and sometimes terrorists more honest than ordinary people for their own group. Thieves, gangsters, they are more honest to their leaders. And I was studying about Yakuza, these Japanese gangsters, and they have a huge culture in history. And but when you look at the deeper that quality about them, that from the outside society, and they are kind of like a very dangerous gangsters, but for inside them, they are more honest to their own leaders. For their leader, they are good followers. So, but from outside world, we say this person is not good. And when it comes to terrorism, they are more honest to their leaders or whatever they want. So then from that side, they are good followers. From the other side of the view, and then they are bad people. So then how you can recognize that who is the good person? And the loyalty. So when somebody become loyalty to ourselves, we say he's a good person. And so when it comes to terrorism, killing and stealing, gangsters, selling drugs, so these, and they also have certain kind of loyalty to their own group. So then by looking from outside, and because of the self-centered situation or the environment, how you can say because of one quality, maybe that person is very loyal, and then you say he's a good person. Maybe that person can be loyal to you as a partner, and that person can be loyal to the family, and as that person can be loyal to the friends, that person can be loyal to the city or the state or the country. Do you think because of that person going to be good? So when you look at the behavior of the animals, they are also loyal to their masters. Like dogs, they bite everyone, but they become so good, loyal to their owner. They bark to everyone from the outside world, but they are so nice with their owner or the master. The elephants, some other animals, even the snakes, and sometimes they are so good. They are very loyal to, their master. Monkeys. So then how you think, how you can say because of that loyalty that you experience, and do you think that person is good and becoming nice? So becoming nice is another quality that, conventionally we attract to that. When somebody become nice to you, you become so good at that person and you think, oh, he's a nice person. Oh, he's a good person. You just see someone quality. It's like this. You just see the ocean and you see the landscape and you see the beauty of the ocean, maybe with the sunset or sunrise. But that doesn't mean you recognize the ocean. You have no idea what is ocean, but still you see something. And that because of that sunrise or the sunset, and because you see the water, you think you can drink this water? No, you don't know that. And even if you jump into it, that beauty not going to hold you. No, that beauty that the ocean going to destroy maybe. So then yourself just see, when you see something, especially when it comes to people, how you recognize someone as good person. So don't get into just outside layer, or don't judge by the skin, or don't judge by one action, or don't just judge by being just, whatever you experience. Because serious killers more nicer than us. That's the thing. And we cannot sometimes become nice like them. They are so calm, the thieves, the terrorists, they stay next to you. You don't recognize. They are so good with others. No one can recognize until they blow out themselves. No one knows, they are like this. we have experience. In Sri Lanka, we had more, the 30 years civil war. We have experience. There are some presidents, died because, the suicide bomber was, next to him for a while. And even himself, that the president didn't recognize this suicide bomber. He was a very good friend. See, that when you become nice, you trust people, and then you go in, and then what will happen? Because everywhere the same. Look, whatever the situation comes. All the serious killers and all the most of the thieves, terrorists. See, they are in the outside layer. They look so nice, good, so like that. But rather than looking at another person, and it's better, the very first thing that you have to do, be a good person yourself. Without becoming a good person, you cannot recognize others. So that's why even the other person, even the terrorist or the serious killer or the thief or the drug seller or whatever you can name, when they are close to you, why you cannot recognize them? Because you are not clear. That's why you cannot recognize. Somewhere, something, you are unclear. Otherwise, this is the thing. When you become clear with your mind, you're going to see that. It doesn't matter whatever the person. Remember this very carefully yourself. And you can use it in your life, and you can experience it yourself. So it like this. When you become clear yourself, as example, when you become a good person yourself, and you can recognize who is a good person. So if you don't develop the qualities to become good, and maybe so now you think, oh, becoming nice, becoming loyal, becoming honest. So these kind of human, these are important in conventional life. Those are important fundamental human qualities, ethics that we have to practice. And maybe you just become limited to that, and that's why when somebody become honest, when somebody become loyal, you recognize that person as good. You cannot see beyond that. Why? Because that is what you also practice. But when it comes to vipassana level, you go more deeper in life to see something better than that. So then how you can first develop yourself to become good person, better than being honest, better than being loyal, better than being nice? How you can become a good person first yourself? So the very first thing that you have to do, and start to develop a pattern yourself to get out of the greed, hatred, and the delusion with your bodily, verbally, and mentally action. Get out of the greed, hatred, and the delusion from yourself, not about others. First, try to clean yourself. How? Try to reduce all the unprofitable actions related to greed, hatred, and the delusion. Because from the samsaric journey we have mental formation, defilement, ourselves. This entire our body may be lust, all the emotions, greed, and sometimes all the senses, ignorance. That's how this. Nothing wrong with it. That's the nature. But you have options. You have a choice for a moment, not maybe 24/7. For a moment, just try to transform yourself. Practice little bit. Don't just keep repeating the same thing every day. So when it comes to that, try to reduce all the unprofitable skills with the greed related to greed, hatred, and the delusion with your bodily, verbally, and mentally action. And also uplift all the profitable actions with loving kindness, generosity, compassion, wisdom in that way, and uplift all the action with your bodily, verbally, and mentally action. So that is, if you able to do that, that is the first step. You become a good person. So reducing the greed, hatred, and the delusion, and uplifting the loving kindness, generosity, compassion, and the wisdom on the other side. So when you little by little reduce and clean yourself, purify yourself, and then uplift you all the good qualities, and then you're going to transform to clarity. So to clean yourself, you have to have, it's like when you move water, the water purify. So same like with your bodily, verbally, and mentally action, doing the action you have to purify. So that's mean you have to perform actions. It is not by just thinking. So doing action related to the loving kindness, generosity, compassion, and the wisdom, then you purify yourself. That purity going to bring your life to a point to have the clarity. That's mean awareness. So with your bodily action, verbal action, mental action, you see yourself. When you able to recognize about your own deeds or about your own actions without having any help from others, just by seeing yourself and recognize, that person is the good person. That person going to be really good person. And other thing is, if you become like that way, and you're not going to stuck with the surface level of the conventional good that other people follow, and whoever that if when your mind become more clear, what is happening? So as example, there is a thief next to you, and he come with the inside in his mind there is something. So he come as a nice person wearing nice space. Now he looks so good to you, and he becomes so loyal. She becomes so nice to you, and then you feel so good with that person. And sometimes you believe it's kind of like a soulmate, that much so good. But when you become clear within yourself, purifying your own action, what is happening, your mind going to become clear. When you have the clear mind, you know what is happening. You going to see others' mind, not the surface level of the color of the body or the behavior, that how nice, how gentle, how loyal. No, you right away, just by appearing, not by thinking, just by appearing, you going to see the person mind. And that is where you recognizing who is that person. Even when some people talk, it's so kind of like so, nice, and they are so wise. But when your mind become more clear, you recognize in that person talk with the anger, the greed. That person talked in with the inherent intention, that the desire to revenge. So like that. So if your mind is not clear, you just go and tangle with this outside nice things, surface level of nice. And then later you say, oh, I thought in the beginning he or she was so nice. I thought he is so loyal, but he cheat me, she cheat me. Oh, I'm in trouble now. Don't blame to the world, because that's the very nature of the world. Even themselves, other people, they have no idea to understand that. They just go with it. But yourself, you have the responsibility to take and accept that whatever the failure, the reason is your mind was not clear even to see your own mind. Because of that, you didn't see others' mind. That's why it happened to you like that. So, in the very first thing you have to do, be nice person to yourself, be good person to yourself, be really good person. So how you can be nice, how you can be good, be very clear with your bodily, verbally and mentally action. How? The very first thing, cut down all the unprofitable actions little by little, little by little, and then increase the level of profitable actions. And then you will see, you can see your own mind. When the day comes for you to see your own mind, naturally you start to recognize others' mind. Not only people's, even the animals, you're going to recognize. No need any explanation. You no need to read any books. You no need to follow any lectures. You no need to get any kind of authorization. You no need any reference from others. But yourself, you gain that power. So how? Start to clear with yourself and see your own mind. When the day able to see yourself, that by appearing itself, it called clear perception. By appearing, sati sampajanya, without thinking, by appearing, you recognize. So that recognition will help you to move forward with the situation and with the necessary conditions. And that is where you're going to be recognize who is the really good person. So for that, it is yourself. First, you have to come to that level. So with that, I bless upon everyone. With this good practice, may all of you be well, happy and peaceful. May no harm come to you. May no difficulties come to you. May no problems come to you. May you also have the patience, courage, understanding and determination to meet and overcome inevitable difficulties in your life. During this time period, may everyone stay healthy and safe. And finally, may all of you attain supreme bliss of Nibbana. Sabbityo vajjantu sabbarogo vinassatu mate bhavatandarayo sukhi digayuko bhava. Ittavata cha ammi sampadam punya sampadam sabbe deva anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Sabbe bhuta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Sabbe satta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Idammi punya kammang asavakkaya vahang hotu sabba dukkha pamuncatu. Bless you.